of the angles in polygons. So I've got some challenging questions. Are you ready for challenges? Let's get started. Okay, now this question. So as you can see, we've got a big regular octagon outside. Then there is another shape inside, and this is the hexagon, right? So outside the octagon is a regular, but the shape inside the octagon is a hexagon, but it's not the regular. So let's write down the information. The regular octagon, that's why we can say interior angle is 135 and exterior angle 45, but the hexagon is irregular hexagon, that's why we can't write down the informations. Then now what else can we find? Then the question is telling us that the JK is a lines of symmetry. Ooh. Then now we know that lines of symmetry is having the angle, right? So we can say one of the angle is 70. So we mark the 70. Then now let's find our final goal. Then KFE is our goal. Then now have a look at this picture. You can have a few different ways to solve it. But you may use a isosceles trapezium, or you can also use a parallel line, right? Right. Since this is the trapezium, we know that the top and bottom sides are parallel. So in this question, I'm going to use the parallel line. So I'm going to mark the parallel line with a red color. Then the line KF is going through the two parallel line. Then now I noticed that, can you see the exterior angle? Yes, right? The blue angle is a 45 because it's the exterior angle of the big regular octagon. Then now let's make the parallel lines a bit more clearer. Then now what did you notice? Parallel line and then yellow line goes through it. Then yes, great, the green angle is the same. Why? Because it's an alternate angle, right? So we know that the green angle is a 70. So that's why we notice that x, our final goal, plus 45 put together is a 70. So let's calculate x. X is a 70, take away 45. So this is a 25 is our answer. So x is a 25 degree. Okay, so have a look at this question. Let's read the question together. You've got regular pentagon and then square. Then what we need to do is we need to find the angle DCF. That's our final goal. So let's identify the interior angle 108 and the exterior angle 72. Then square. Can you see the square? Then let's put the equal size. Then right angle. Then now let's check our final goal is we need to find the angle DCF. So let's put DCF as an X. Then now have a closer look. I think we can do something using the interior angles, right? So now what can you notice here? Let's mark our one of the interior angle of the pentagon. That's 108, right? Then now we also can see the right angle. So now using this information, I think we can find x. The first of all, let's have a look at this triangle. Yeah, this triangle is isosceles triangle. Then let's find the one of the angles of the isosceles triangle. Then I think this will be helpful to finding the x, right? So we can calculate it. 180 take away 108 divide by 2. That will be 72 divided by 2. So we know that it's 36 degrees. Then now I think things are getting clear. That what you can notice here, 36 And then can you see, if you take away 36 from the 108, right? Then you can see part of the angle. So I'm just going to mark it with the purple. Then purple angle, you can calculate the purple angle. That is 108 take away 36. Then we can see this is 72, right? Then now, since we know that the purple angle is 72, and then have a look at the purple angle and x together. What can you notice? Yes, right, they add up together 90 degrees. They are the complementary angle, right? So now we can say 72 plus x makes 90 degrees. So this is the key point. So complementary angle. So 72 plus x equals 90. So x is 90 take away 72. So x is 18 degrees. Right, so here we've got a compound shape. We have a square and then a regular octagon, and then we've got a right angled triangle, right? So now we need to find the size of the angle MON. So first of all, let's write down the information. So regular octagon, interior angle is 135, and then exterior angle is 45. Then now we've got let's write down 135. Then now, can you notice that? Yes, we've got right angles. So M is, we can find the M very quickly. Yeah, 360 take away 135 take away 90. So it gives you 270 take away 135. So it's 135. So we found the M. So M is 135. So what else? So have a look at the angle N. So did you notice that angle N is the same as? Yes, right. You can see the interior angle. That's 135. N is the exterior angle of the regular octagon, right? So we know that N is a 45. Now it's time to solve the angle O. Angle O. Then now, since this is a octagon, then we can see two lines, right? Two diagonal lines. Then we know that these are the, yes, lines of symmetry. Then shall we draw the lines of symmetry? Shall we draw the more lines of symmetry? Connecting the diagonals, so draw the diagonals. Then now, can you see that? What did you notice is that you can see 8 triangles inside, right? Then what you notice here, all of the pointy angles of the triangle is equal. That means the 360 degree is equally shared between the 8 triangles. So what we can do is just find the size of the one of the pointy angle, right? So 360 divided by 8, because these are all the lines of symmetry. That's why it's all equal. So that we know that one of the pointy angle will be 45, right? Then we notice that it's 45. Then O is made up with the 3 lots of 45 angles, right? Then we can say angle O is 3 times 45. So the size of the angle O is 135 degrees. Now, this is our final question. So you can see the star shape. Then now we notice that star shape is, you've got 5 triangles, and then in the middle you can see regular pentagon, right? So now we need to calculate the angle QSR. So I'm gonna mark the regular pentagon first. So interior angle is 108 and the exterior angle is 72. So we are going to use this information. Have a look at it. How can you use this information? So what I'm going to write is I'm just going to write down the one of the interior angle, that's 108. Then did you notice that you can see the isosceles triangle, right? So now, so one of the angles of the isosceles triangle, take away from the 180, divide by 2, that is the 36, right? So we found the 36. Then now, do you think you can find the S? Yes, S and 36, put them together. These are the one of the interior angle of the regular pentagon. 36 add S is 108. Then S equals 72, right? So we found the S. Then now we move on to the, once you found the S, let's move on to the angle R. Then let's use the exterior angle. So I'm going to mark the 72, one of the angles in the triangle. Then as you can notice that the other angle is a 72 as well, because the other angle is the exterior angle as well. Then now we notice that 72, 72, same angles. That's why we can say the triangles are the equilateral triangle. Then R is 180, take away 72 and 72. So now 180 take away 144. So we can say R is 36. So now we found the R. Then now let's move on to the angle Q. So Q, how can you find the Q? Ooh. Now we know that all of these triangles are identical. So let's writing down 72. Then you notice that they are supplementary angle, right? So now Q plus 72 is 180. Q is 180. Take away 72. So that's why it's 108. You notice that this is also opposite angle of the one of the interior angle. So you know S and 36, that angle, and then Q is the opposite angle. So you can just directly say that Q is 108 as well. Right, well done. So this is the end of the topic. So now just let's try to summarize what we've been talking about so far. So first of all, you remember the full formula, sum of the interior angle n-2 times 180, and then sum of the exterior angle is always 360 regardless of the number of the shape. Now each interior and exterior angle is only for the regular polygon, right? Then exterior angle 360 divided by n, then its interior angle n-2 times 180 divided by n. Now the key information you need to remember is the interior angles of some of important regular polygons. So pentagon, yes, right, just shout out please. Pentagon, right, 108. Then hexagon 120. Then now octagon is 135. It's very important. Then finally, when it comes to the shape question, I want you to identify the shape first. Then writing down the interior and exterior angle, because it's going to be really useful. So writing down them. Then now think about the lines of symmetry, or whether you can see the equilateral triangle or isosceles triangle, or just come up with all the information you learn from the shapes and then the angles in the parallel line. Then you can finally get really good idea to solve the question. So well done for your focus. Then I will see you with the different topics next time. Bye bye.